Hello everyone and welcome. Here in it, sorry for my English, and in this video we treat a branch psychological and talk about to influence others through techniques of investigation and interrogation. Knowledge that can make us more clever in life and may be useful in the future by helping us in our relations with the others. Are skills that help us to understand how we think others, understand their weaknesses, to influence them. Moreover, these notions can help to those facing materials or psychological examination involving both the influence that forensic science, even fans of the genre or yellow art of intuition might appreciate this argument. Lovers of body language can find interesting what I am saying, or all science that can be integrated. Having said that, we go to the starting point with a question. If we were to interrogate someone, what is the best place to do it? The answer is in an outdoor environment and possibly to not too comfortable for the interrogated. Is the same basic principle of art sales. Many vendors have noted that to sell something, to convince you to buy something is much more advantageous to have a permanent place to go door to door. Particularly going door to door vendors plays out. Do not have familiarity with the environment and the buyer has more power. Conversely, is the purchaser not being in a family environment, it has less authority over decisions and therefore more chance of being seduced by the seller, because forced to follow certain standards of behavior. In short, the lack of familiarity with the environment where the question creates a psychological condition in which it is more inclined to confess something that in their home environment. Second aspect, timing, that is when it is better to more of a person to discover the truth. It is first important to the surprise factor that the interviewee should not have time to prepare psychologically. One thing is ask question in a cool thing and make them hot. Another factor to consider when timing is just hours of the day. In other words, the choice of hours can be an advantage for the persuader that those who must be influenced. Person deprived of sleep, so to say, in the sense more tired, are more likely to give up during interrogation. Both the voltage that the distance that the few hours of sleep factors that increase for the possibility of confession. Now for the conversion model, that is the techniques that you can use to extort a confession. If you think about all the times that you have confessed something that is a betrayal of some kind or a stupid thing, you did it mainly because you could not bear more weight on him. In fact, we are talking of consciousness that a method absolutely can is precisely the fact of human instinct, basically the own guilty. This is obviously varies depending on the personalities of those questions, but also those being questioned. Another method that actually you may have seen in movies and TV series of the detective genre, you probably have noted, but I have grasped the essence is to tell the person that you have the evidence against him or is accomplished as confessed or that a witness saw him. It's a bit of a bad technique, but could actually produce good results. Then summarizing everything, bringing everything he says so far and bringing life personally in relationship with others and in the public relation. We can lead a person to confess or tell us something that we want to know. Obviously, everything done concisely and with respect for the other person and with all those ethical principles that must be followed. So is the time when you ask for something, catching him by surprise with a particular application, the place where you ask, the atmosphere preferably emotional, and some call it fake lie, white lie, is of the very important aspect to consider and to apply. One thing is for sure, we all the weaknesses, just find them. The fact of knowing a person much more advantageous than not knowing. Knowing something can find more easily its weaknesses. Having said that, I open a parenthesis. It is always said. In fact, many times it is dangerous to be aggressive or to resort to threats, especially when we face a very strong person. Treating him with something, treating him with something or be aggressive may be counterproductive. In fact, one of the most important for confession can be the opposite. Be nice, friendly and understanding can often be the best solution. In conclusion, if you want to have some influence on a person with up, because in many cases it is best to be understanding that aggressive. For now, let me know if you are interested in this kind of video that I contain to put others, especially if you let me know if you like. Very soon you will find more and more video and these or others interesting arguments.